This is a sensitive subject for me. I was raised in a very particular manner, and the way I was raised is that if you fuck with authority, authority fucks you up. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think the reason the world's so fucked and we have all these stabbings and all this crazy shit and people breaking into houses and moped gangs and all this garbage that we never had before is because there's no longer discipline at home, because it's against the rules to discipline your children. You can't hit your kids. The most you can do is send them to their room to play Xbox. Ooh, big punishment. What the fuck do they do with an Xbox in their bedroom anyway? It's insanity. I'll take my sunglasses off for this one because it's serious business. So, you're not allowed to hit children. I'm actually a massive advocate for hitting children. I never said you should abuse your children. You can't hit children without reason. There's a difference between abuse and discipline. And I think anyone with a sensible mind knows that difference. But let me tell you something. Kids need their asses kicked. And when I'm talking about children, I'm talking about exclusively about boys, because I'm a man and I was raised and I was once a boy and I understand the male mindset. And the male mindset, the only way you truly understand authority is to have a whooping now and again. The reason these kids walk around on street corners at 16 with a knife thinking they're the hardest thing in the fucking world is because no one's ever whooped their ass. If they would have had their asses whooped, they'd know the difference between a child and a man. But they don't fucking know because no one's fucked them up. These kids need fucking up. So when I have this debate, because I've had this debate recently with people saying you should hit your kids, there's nothing wrong with hitting your kids, you shouldn't abuse your kids, but they need to understand that if they fuck with you too tough, they're going to get hit. There has to be a line they can't cross. I'm not saying you have to beat them up for everything, but they have to know if they keep stepping to you and you've said something, there is a line you will not cross, they cannot cross, because there's a limit to what you will take. I was arguing with some fucking bimbo. It's always some woman. Like, women know shit anyway. Women don't know nothing. So what do you know about being a man? What do you know about being a boy? I was one, and I'm telling you, I'm glad I got my ass kicked. I'm happy I got my ass kicked. And you're going to sit here and tell me that was wrong. What the fuck do you know? Moron hoe. Anyway. So I was arguing with her, and she goes, oh, but it's bad for their development, What the fuck? This is what I don't understand. This whole not hit kids thing is a super recent phenomenon. This is a new age thing. The reason we have all these problems is because this new mindset, it's all brand new. In the last 30 years, we've decided it's terrible for children if you hit them. Yet before that, every kid that was ever raised, ever, at some point, got its ass kicked. And yet we still managed to go from a small tribe of basically none to populate the entire earth and send rockets to the moon and build the pyramids and the Panama Canal and explore every single inch of the planet. Look at all the amazing things we managed to do. Go from a few thousand to billions. But supposedly, hitting kids is bad. If it's so bad, how did humans progress so fantastically and do all those amazing things if it's so terrible for a child? If you're hitting a kid, it's going to fuck it up to a point where it can't function as an adult. How did humans function for basically all of recorded history ever? You fucking moron. And then she sits there and goes, yeah, but abusing kids. I didn't say abusing kids. You know what? I'm going to actually change subject on this video because that shows how fucking stupid women are. You're trying to stay on track. I'm talking about disciplining kids. She's trying to talk about abusing kids. She's trying to mix the two. Women do that when they start to lose arguments. They try and mix the arguments up. Because if it's a straight line, it's a clear argument, they lose. So then they try and mix it in with something else or just jump path. She's trying that basic ass female tactic with me. Garbage. But kids need hitting. I'll tell you a little story. It's not very often I like to really interfere in people's parenting. It's not really my thing. But about 3 or 4 years ago, I saw something, and I had to just go over. I had to go over there and say something. So this woman was walking along with this. She had her 3 kids with her. She had a boy who was about 12, a girl who was about 8, and another boy who was about 4. And she was, no, it must have been longer than that because it was in Woolworths. When the fuck did Woolworths go out of business? So it was in Woolworths. I'm sitting there with Tristan having a coffee. She's walking along with her kids. Her kids are all screaming like brats, demanding things, screaming like idiots. She's like, turns around and goes, look, girl, on the verge of a mental breakdown. She goes, listen, if you're good, I'm going to get you all sweets at the end of the day. And the oldest one goes, what sweets? And the little one goes, I want this sweets, I want them now. And they start just kicking off again. And I sat there to Tristan and said, man, this is ridiculous. Since when do you have to do a business deal with your children? Those children are the reason those children get to exist. The only reason they have a place to sleep and they have food on their plate is because you provide for them. And then you have to do a business deal with them to get some basic respect. You have to negotiate. Well, if you do this, I'll do this. How about this for a business deal? How about this the way I was raised? If you want to breathe for the rest of the day, if you don't end up in a fucking grave, if you want to sleep in the house where I have to pay the fucking bills, you're going to shut the fuck up, you little prick. Because this is my fucking world, and you exist in my world. If you think you're smart enough to live on your own, fucking run away from home. But if you don't want to play that game, shut the fuck up or I'm going to hurt you. That's the business deals I was part in. I didn't have any negotiation power. I didn't ask for sweets. I sat there and thought, fuck, okay, and I shut the fuck up. It's absolutely insane that children think they can bargain with full-grown adults. And then you wonder why they don't want to listen to school and why they're not afraid of the police or anyone else because they've never had discipline in their lives. Fucking insanity. I went over to that woman and I said to her, I said, you're raising your kids wrong. She goes, what? I said, this is garbage. You're raising your kids all wrong. They need discipline. Then she wants to get fresh to me. You want to get fresh to me? Get fresh to your 12-year-old who just basically disrespected you in front of fucking 500 people, you dumb bitch. Fucking insane. If you have children, go into the room right now and let them know. Fuck with me too tough today, you're getting hit. And if you think that's a bad way to raise kids, then you're a fucking moron too. Because I'm telling you something, we don't live in a world where there's too many stabbings because there's not enough youth programs or not enough police officers or not enough blah blah. We live in a world where there's too many stabbings because you've got too many dickhead kids with no discipline raised by dickhead parents. And I'll tell you something, if they were all raised the way I was raised, they might turn out half as fantastic as I am.